Well, if healthcare was the key issue this November, Joe Biden would win in a landslide. That is the finding of a brand new poll out this morning. And we've got Yahoo Finance senior columnist Rick Newman here to break it all down. So, Rick, tell us about this. First of all, what is this? What is this latest survey? What is this latest poll?
I don't think these findings are real surprising, but what the Commonwealth Fund did is they asked around more than 4,000 voters in 10 swing states their attitudes on what are their top issues with regard to healthcare, and then which candidate do they favor with regard to those issues. The three biggest issues are the COVID pandemic, not surprising, healthcare costs, also not surprising, and then people say they are concerned about pre-existing conditions. So that gets to what we've been talking about all week, which is the Supreme Court vacancy and the fate of the Affordable Care Act. But at any rate, in just about every category in every state, voters favor Joe Biden over Donald Trump on these healthcare issues. There's only one exception in which in Ohio, on one of these issues, voters say they trust Trump a little bit more than Biden. But overall, Biden just swamps Trump on the issue of healthcare in the 10 states likely to decide the outcome in November.
Rick, some of the polls that I've seen of late, we're seeing the race tighten a little bit. What are you seeing out there?
It's tightened a little bit nationally, but of course that doesn't matter as much as what's happening in the swing states. The things that have caught my attention recently, Brian, there was a recent poll in Georgia showing Trump and Biden essentially tied. That was a poll by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Georgia is normally a red state, so the idea that Biden actually has a chance to pick up Georgia is pretty stark. We've also seen a tightening in Texas, also another reliable red state, although it has been trending in the blue direction during the last several years, partly because a lot of Californians are moving to Texas. That could also go for Biden. So that means Trump is going to have to spend precious advertising dollars and campaign money in states he won comfortably in 2016. But don't count Trump out. Healthcare is a top issue for voters, but probably the economy is even more important to voters than healthcare at this point. And Trump does still have a slight edge over Biden on the economy.
And Rick, you and I talked about this during our Electionomics podcast this week. The fact that Biden is sitting on a whole pile of cash, very different from where he was just a few months ago. He's actually even outspending President Trump when it comes to some of the ads. What does that mean for the Trump campaign? Are they in trouble?
It is trouble for the Trump campaign. It's really unusual that an incumbent president would trail a challenger in fundraising and trail by a lot. Trump has raised about $1 billion, but that money is mostly gone, and it's not entirely clear what happened to it. There have been some allegations of reckless spending in the Trump campaign by the former campaign manager, Brad Parscale. He got demoted. Somebody else is now running the Trump campaign, and they may not be able, in fact, they probably will not be able to match the Biden campaign ad for ad in Florida and Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, and even in Minnesota, which are the states that are really going to decide the outcome here. Trump does still have a lot of money, but Biden has, at this point, has a fundraising advantage he's probably going to keep all the way through November 3rd.
All right. And again, you and I go into a greater detail on Biden and Trump and their coffers here as we near the election on the Electionomics podcast, which is out right now. You can get it on
podcast anywhere.
Right? It's a shameless plug, Rick, but I've got to do it.
I'm all for it.
Rick Newman, thanks a lot.
Bye, guys.